Most men walk through life completely blind to the subtle signals women give when they're attracted. They assume that if a woman likes them, she'll just come out and say it. But that's not how it works. Women don't express attraction the way men do. They don't spell it out in plain words or make obvious moves. Instead, their interest is hidden beneath layers of subtle cues, glances, body language, and unspoken energy that most men overlook entirely. You've probably experienced this before. You're talking to a woman and something about the way she interacts with you feels different. There's a certain tension in the air, a kind of unspoken electricity. Maybe she acts more engaged when you're around. Maybe her energy shifts in a way you can't quite define. And yet, you hesitate. You second-guess yourself. Is she just being polite? Or is there something more beneath the surface? Psychologists say that up to 90% of attraction is nonverbal. That means if you're waiting for a woman to openly admit she's into you, you'll be waiting forever. Women are subtle. They communicate interest in ways that are easy to miss if you don't know what to look for. Her words might tell one story, but her body, her actions, and her subconscious behaviors will always tell the truth. Most men never learn how to read these hidden signals, and as a result, they miss out on countless opportunities. They mistake attraction for friendliness. They assume indifference when, in reality, she's fighting the urge to let her feelings show. But once you understand the signs, once you train yourself to recognize the subtle ways a woman reveals her interest, you'll start seeing them everywhere. You'll realize that attraction isn't always about what's said. It's about what's felt, what's expressed in fleeting moments, unguarded reactions, and subconscious gestures that speak louder than words ever could. In this video, we're going to break down 3 undeniable signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you. If she's doing these things, she's not just interested. She's struggling to keep her desire under control. So pay attention, because once you know what to look for, you'll never miss these signals again. You might think you can trust what a woman says, but when it comes to attraction, her words will often lead you astray. She might act indifferent, keep things casual, or even deny any feelings outright. But there's one thing she can't control: her eyes. No matter how much she tries to hide it, her eyes will always betray what she truly feels. The eyes are powerful. They reveal emotions before words do. They expose hidden desires, unconscious thoughts, and unspoken connections. When a woman is attracted to you, she won't always say it outright, but her gaze will give her away. She might not even realize it herself, but something deep within her instinctively draws her eyes toward you. She watches you when she thinks you won't notice. She lets her gaze linger just a fraction of a second longer than normal. It's subtle, but it's real. You've probably seen this happen before. Maybe you're in a conversation and for a brief moment, her eyes lock onto yours with an intensity that feels different. It's not casual. It's not the way she looks at everyone else. There's something in the way she holds that eye contact, something that makes you feel like she's trying to say something without speaking. And then, just as quickly as it happens, she looks away, pretending nothing happened. But that brief moment, it was a window into what she's truly feeling. One of the most telling signs is what psychologists call the double-take effect. This happens when she looks at you, looks away, and then within seconds, glances back again. That second look isn't accidental. It's her curiosity overriding her self-control. Her mind is telling her to act normal, to keep her emotions in check, but her body refuses to listen. She wants to look at you. She wants to take you in. And no matter how hard she tries to fight it, she can't stop herself from stealing another glance. Then there's the accidental eye contact game. You know the one, where she keeps catching you looking, or you keep catching her. She avoids eye contact at first, almost as if she's trying not to make it obvious. But then, when you turn your head suddenly, there she is, looking at you. It's a silent, unspoken dance, one that's filled with tension and curiosity. If this happens once, it could be random. But if it keeps happening over and over again, it's not an accident. She's drawn to you, even if she's not ready to admit it. Another subtle but powerful clue is her blink rate. Studies in psychology and body language have shown that when someone is excited or feeling nervous energy, their blink rate increases. This is an unconscious response, one she has no control over. If you notice her blinking more than usual when she's around you, especially during moments of eye contact, it's a sign her body is reacting to you on a deeper level. Her heart rate is up. Her mind is processing emotions she might not even fully understand yet. She's feeling something, even if she won't say it. But perhaps the strongest giveaway is what some call the undressing you with her eyes phenomenon. It happens fast, so fast that if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. It's a quick instinctive up and down glance, where her eyes scan your body in a way that's more than just casual observation. It's not the kind of look she gives everyone. It's different. She's sizing you up, taking in details, seeing you in a way that goes beyond simple conversation. And if you catch her in the act, watch her reaction. If she suddenly looks away, blushes, or pretends to be focused on something else, you've just caught her desire in real time. Women don't do this unless they're curious, unless they're interested, unless something about you is pulling them in. It's a moment of raw attraction, one that happens before logic, before words, before she even has time to think about what she's doing. And when you start recognizing these moments, when you start seeing the truth her eyes are trying to hide, you'll never again be left wondering where you stand. Her words might try to cover it up, but her eyes will always tell the truth. If her eyes are the first giveaway, her body is the second. A woman might be able to control her words, but her body will always tell the truth. Whether she realizes it or not, her attraction will show in the way she moves, the way she positions herself around you, and the way she reacts to your presence. You don't need to ask her how she feels, just watch how her body responds when you're around. One of the most revealing signs is the way she leans in. This happens naturally, without thought. When someone is drawn to you, they subconsciously want to be closer. If she leans in while talking, if she angles her body toward you even when she doesn't have to, it's her body's way of closing the space between you. And if you test this by leaning back slightly, only to notice that she follows, leaning in again, closing that gap, it's a clear sign that she craves your proximity. She doesn't just want to be near you, she needs to be. This unconscious pull toward you is often reinforced by something called the mirroring effect. When people feel a deep connection, their bodies naturally start to sync up. They mirror each other's gestures, speech patterns, and movements without realizing it. If you shift in your seat and notice she does the same, If you scratch your chin and catch her doing it moments later, if you slow down your speech and she unconsciously matches your rhythm, it's not a coincidence. It's her body aligning with yours, a silent way of saying, I feel connected to you. But perhaps the most undeniable sign is physical touch. Women do not casually touch men they aren't attracted to. If she finds reasons to touch your arm during conversation, if her hand lingers on your shoulder for just a second too long, if she lightly brushes against you when there was clearly enough space to avoid it, she's testing the waters. It might seem innocent at first, but these little touches are her way of seeing how you'll respond. If you reciprocate, even in a small way, she'll take that as a green light. And then there's the subtle language of her legs and feet, one of the most overlooked but most honest signals of attraction. The direction her feet are pointing tells you where her true focus lies. If her feet are always pointed toward you, even when she's talking to someone else, it means you are the person she's mentally and emotionally drawn to. It's a subconscious clue that most people never think about, but it's one of the clearest indicators of genuine interest. Pay attention to what happens when you're sitting together. If she shifts closer, even when there's plenty of space, it's because she wants to be near you. She might not even be aware of it, but her body is pulling her in your direction. This is especially telling in group settings. If she has every reason to stay where she is but still inches closer to you over time, it's not an accident. It's attraction at play. These body language signals might seem small, but they carry more weight than words ever could. A woman might tell herself she's just being friendly, but her body will tell a different story. And once you learn to read these signals, you'll no longer be left guessing. You'll see the truth in the way she moves, the way she reacts, and the way she positions herself around you. Because no matter how much she tries to hide it, attraction always finds a way to reveal itself. A woman's body may reveal her feelings, but sooner or later, her words will betray her too. Even if she is trying to keep her emotions under wraps, certain things will slip out in conversation that give away her true thoughts. The way she speaks to you, the words she chooses, and the topics she brings up. These all contain subtle but undeniable clues about her attraction. You just have to listen. One of the most telling signs is how often she says your name. Most people don't even realize they're doing it. But when someone is drawn to you, they naturally repeat your name more than usual. It's not just about getting your attention. It's about feeling closer to you. If she's saying your name frequently in conversations, especially when there's no real need to, it's because your name feels good on her tongue. It creates a sense of connection, and she enjoys the way it sounds when she says it. This is an instinctive way of reinforcing familiarity and closeness. Another clear sign is playful teasing. When a woman teases you, it's rarely just for fun. It's a way of creating lighthearted tension, testing boundaries, and building attraction without making things too obvious. She might poke fun at something small, challenge you in a joking manner, or call you out playfully on something you've said. If she laughs while doing it, if she watches your reaction closely, or if she keeps finding little things to tease you about, she's not just being friendly, she's flirting. Teasing is a safe way for her to engage with you while keeping things fun and casual, but underneath it, There's always a deeper motive. Then come the accidental compliments, those small but meaningful things she says without thinking. She might casually mention that she likes the way you smell, that your voice sounds nice, or that she feels comfortable around you. These compliments often slip out in passing, almost as if they weren't meant to be said aloud. But that's exactly why they matter. Women don't make these kinds of comments unless they feel something deeper. If she notices details about you that most people overlook, your scent, the way you carry yourself, the tone of your voice, it's because she's paying attention on a level she wouldn't with just anyone. Sometimes, a woman will bring up other women just to see how you react. If she casually asks about someone you've been spending time with, mentions another woman in conversation, or even jokingly suggests that someone likes you, it's rarely just random curiosity. She's testing the waters. She wants to see if you'll deny interest, if you'll react a certain way, or if you'll reassure her that she's the only one who matters. Even if she acts like she's just making conversation, her real goal is to gauge where she stands with you. And then there are the hypothetical scenarios, the what-if conversations that hint at something more. If she ever jokes about what it would be like if you two were together, if she playfully suggests that you'd make a good couple, or if she imagines situations where the two of you are closer than you currently are, she's not just making small talk. These kinds of remarks often come with a nervous laugh, a curious glance, or a quick attempt to change the subject after she says it. That's because she's testing the idea in her own mind, and on some level she wants to see how you'll respond. A woman may try to keep her feelings hidden, but her words will always reveal what's beneath the surface. Whether it's in the way she speaks your name, the way she teases you, the compliments that slip out, or the subtle tests she throws your way. Each of these signs points to one thing. She's thinking about you in a way she can't fully control. And if you listen closely, you'll hear the truth in the things she doesn't even mean to say. Attraction isn't always spoken out loud. It's something you feel, something you notice in the little things. A woman may never directly tell you she's drawn to you, but her body, her eyes, and even her words will give her away. If she lingers in your gaze, mirrors your movements, finds small excuses to touch you, or lets slip subtle compliments, she's revealing more than she realizes. These are the unspoken signals of attraction, the quiet cues that most men overlook. The key is to stay aware. If you miss these signs, you might never know when someone is secretly interested in you. But if you pay attention, you'll start to see what others don't. The truth behind the words, the meaning behind the glances, and the emotions hidden in casual gestures. Attraction isn't about luck, it's about perception. And once you learn to recognize these cues, you'll never look at interactions the same way again. If you found this insight valuable, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This channel is all about understanding human nature, mastering psychology, and embracing Stoic wisdom to navigate life with clarity.